Good morning, football fans, and welcome to 3 and Out, a very special 3 and Out. You want to know why? Because it's my birthday, y'all. It is our very special 3 and Out Larry B.s birthday special. Oh, you already know, y'all. Today was a day that I was gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna see you guys next week. No. Hey, this thing has been going on for nearly 11 years. Talking about IE Sports Radio. And you know what else? The show always must go on, right? I mean, so birthdays, no birthdays, we gotta deliver you the latest in football. And that's just what we're gonna do. Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a good one, man. This is going to be, probably not the longest show because there's not so much to get into. But I will tell you this, we're gonna have ourselves some fun today. Hopefully, you guys checked out that awesome Shrine Bowl a couple days ago because that was pretty sweet. Had some great future NFL talent in that game. And of course, coming up in just a few hours, we have the Senior Bowl. I hope all of you have been checking out practice, but just in case you haven't, we are going to bring it to you. That's right, you already know we're going to be jumping on in here, giving you the latest, giving you our thoughts. Senior Bowl practice, man. And of course, Senior Bowl coming up today. Should be a really, really good game, as it always is. And these youngsters showcasing their talent to be drafted in just 2 months' time. Man, well, really, technically almost 3 months. But who's counting, right? We are gonna have ourselves a good one today, man. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to roll. So, NFC Championship decided. AFC Championship decided. Super Bowl 59, 2 weeks. Well, I guess a week and a half. It's coming, y'all. Also, we got ourselves a really cool event that you guys are not going to want to miss on Super Bowl Sunday. And the cool part is it's kind of hard to miss because we're going to be on all freaking day. That's right. The IE Sports Radio USRN Super Bowl 59 streaming event we're going to get into today. All the goods are coming your way, y'all. Be ready, because here we go. You are now tuned in live to 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio. Your directory for all that is sport.
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, Single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clanking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the IE Sports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
You already know, baby. IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. How's everyone doing, y'all? It's about that time, man. It's football time here in SoCal. It's football time there on the East Coast. It's football time in Central and Mountain Time. It's freaking football time wherever you are, y'all. Because 3 and Out's live and direct, and we're ready to bring it to you, man. So that's just how we roll. That's what we do, and that is our profession. Does anybody know where I got that from? Anybody want to take a guess at that? No? Okay, well, maybe someone else will want. This is my birthday show, so I can do what I want. Maybe somebody else here would like to take a shot at the quote I just said. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring him on, ladies and gentlemen. He, of course, is the IE Sports Radio Hall of Famer. He is the host of the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, talking all things SoCal sports. He, of course, is the host of Set Point here, the greatest damn volleyball show you will ever hear. Trust me. Just in case you didn't think volleyball was all that cool, you might want to check out his show and see how deep that goes, and you might change your mind. And, of course, he's just a good friend of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, bringing on my boy, man, Teran Rodriguez. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, Larry B. Great to be on here. And I just got to say, happy birthday.
Yeah. Thank you, good sir. Appreciate you, man. I'm old, but I'm happy. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much, Teran. Look at you over here, man. You're all clean shaven. Look at you, man. Teran got all of this place.
Yep.
Appreciate you, brother. Well, hey, thank you so much, man. Birthday time. I'm happy. I'm feeling good. I don't even care. Like I said, I'm doing whatever I want today, because it's just It's a good day, man. I usually have always had this show or this day, like I told you before. Yeah, look at this. Haha. Yeah. Anyway, so I gotta say this. Usually, as I've said before here on the show, before Roger Goodell was an a-hole. I don't know when that was, but anyway, and before he wanted to change the stupid Pro Bowl, okay, before or put it after or put it before where it belongs after, and also before he added that really pointless week 18 that is really stupid. It was kind of cool because the Super Bowl was usually like tomorrow, it was usually like either on or around my birthday. So I've said it before and I knew I was going to make a point of that here on this show today. I'm really pissed off at the NFL for changing it because I love that it was on, around my birthday around that time, but it's all good. All good. Whatever. At least it's still right around it. I get the Senior Bowl today, which is pretty sweet. And big ups to everybody in the chat, man. Showing love, man. Mr. Ralph Khalees already up in the building. Appreciate you, good sir. You already know. Thank you. Appreciate you, Ralph. Thanks a lot, man. Birthday time for me. You already know. That's right. Appreciate you, Dan. Thank you, good sir. The hosts there of the Inza Report and the hosts of the Wisconsin Whistle. Great people, right, Teran? Great people we got here at the station. Uh-oh. You got me, Teran?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like,
I thought kicked my camera holder.
You're good, dude. Even sometimes we all kick our candle holders. That's okay. Camera holders. So it's all good. But anyway, man, yeah, I'm excited. We got a good one today. Fun little show, man. Like I said, birthday time. So I'm ready to roll, man. Oh my goodness, what a great day it is. Woke up. Thank you, God, for another day. Look how beautiful it is outside. It's gonna be a good one. So with that said, Teran, you ready, man? You ready for some football today? No,
I'm born ready for some football to talk it. We got quite a bit to go over.
We do. And I guess here we go. This was the one I made last time. Yeah, baby, Senior Bowl, birthday time. But yeah, so anyway, all right. Well, I guess let's just start off the show talking about the crap I honestly don't even want to talk about. I'm so sick of this. I am just very, very, very sick of this. But whatever. That's part of it, right? It's part of the job, right, Teran? You gotta talk about stuff even if you don't want to.
Yep.
Teran knows. But in game 1 last week, all right, and obviously we're gonna talk about it here. We're gonna jump on into championship weekend, y'all. So here we go in the NFL. Boom. We had a complete beatdown, ass kicking. The Eagles put up a 50 burger onto the Commanders. And really, the story of this game can be summed up in 3 little sounds, Teran. And they sound a little something like this. I mean, is there a better sound for that one, Teran, for the Commanders? Because, oh my gosh, an incredible season. Just absolute beat. Yes, they put up some points, but the Eagles made damn sure they weren't going to lose this. Well, here it is, 55-23. Game over for the Commanders, coming so close, getting so far. But Lincoln Park, in the end, it didn't even matter. I'm just kidding. Rest in peace, Chester. But I will say this. I know it's kind of cold. I was like, that's their song.
Okay, Lincoln Park.
It's birthday time. I don't even care. I got my coffee. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew right now. I don't even care. It's this, So, what do you think, Teran? Commanders completely just get ripped apart, and the Eagles find their way flying to the bowl.
Yeah, I think what really hurt the Commanders was the fact that they just kept turning the ball over and they kept getting in their own way. And it really sucks because I thought the Commanders actually had chances to try to draw even, especially after they got within 2 points. If they get that 2-point conversion, it's a whole different outcome, possibly. I mean, okay, maybe not whole different outcome, but it's a whole different perspective, whole different look. And I think the Commanders go into that sequence being tied 14-14, and then the pressure's on the Eagles. But unfortunately, fumbles just really hurt the Commanders, and it sucks because they were holding their own for the most part until that sequence, until the second half, and until the Eagles went up by 15. So, all in all, it does hurt for the Commanders, but nobody really thought that they would be here. Everyone thought the Lions were going to be here and the Eagles. The Commanders really shocked the world. And this was Jaden Daniels' first season as quarterback. Imagine what he could do going forward. And remember, this is a team that finished second to last. They had the second worst record in the NFL, and they've already turned it around, which I think was absolutely amazing. And next season is going to be very scary. But I will say for the Commanders, you kind of have to wonder what your running back room looks like, because I know they had to veer away from the run game when it came to this game, just because they got down in a big hole. They were down 14-3 after one quarter, and they just need to start airing it out. But you kind of have to wonder what their run game will look like next year. Do they want to keep Eckler? Do they want to veer away from him? Do they want to bring back Zach Ertz? Because there's some teams that are interested in him. Do they want to keep Brian Robinson Jr.? Those are some big burning questions for the Commanders. And can they bring back some of their notable free agents for another year to run it back? So obviously it stinks for the Commanders, but you could be happy on a successful season. The only way the Commanders were going to win this game was shut down Saquon Barkley, and the offensive line was just not going to allow that. So I think for the Eagles, this was kind of business as usual, and anything short of the Eagles losing this game would have been a complete disaster and possibly would have been mind-boggling.
No, you're right. And good stuff there, Teran. Great analysis, as you can see. That's why we got Teran on the show, man. Always great stuff there. Dude, I will tell you, this game was just a hard one. You're totally right. I mean, I got all kinds of stats and crap, but obviously I'm not going to go into every bit of it. But, dude, Barkley, oh, man, the dude was a little injured, too, from what I understand. Did you hear about that, too? He had, a little bit of a slight strain in his calf or something like that.
Yeah, I did.
But, yeah, so, I mean, he was actually a little injured. Regardless, went out there, did his thing. Injuries are injuries. Guys, let's just be real. Let's just call it what it is. You're never 100%. After first things first, when you go into the season, you're not even 100% in training camp. OTA is the only time you're 100%. By the time you're done with training camp, you're at 80. Okay, because you've beaten the hell out of yourselves already, and you play the whole season at 90 to 80, and you can start going down. Everyone's playing, everyone's still playing, and battling. But by the time you got into even the playoffs, everyone's at freaking 60, 70, maybe even lower percent. And even though you're healthy, you're still beat up, you're still tired, you're still, you got strains and aches and all these things. And by the time you got into this Super Bowl, my gosh, you got guys playing at, they're really good 60% out there. You know what I mean? Maybe even 50, because some of these guys are just, they're pushing. They're hurt. So, I mean, I guess, I don't know if it was really that serious injury or whatever. He's just pushing through the typical stuff. But regardless, yeah, man, came out, got 118 yards, 3 touchdowns, man. Incredible, man. How about that? And his first freaking touch, he actually got 60 yards, which is crazy. So, I mean, that was crazy. Hurts, dude goes insane with this one, 262 yards, threw for 4 touchdowns. Dude was just racking it up, man. 246 yards. And he got those 3 freaking touchdowns. I mean, how about that? Dude was incredible. I mean, that's MVP type stuff right there, man. Also, dude, I don't know if Mr. Dan is still out there listening to the show, but a guy that went to Wisconsin, Zach Baum, remember him? This dude being a beast. This guy, 12 tackles, forced fumble, a fumble recovery. I mean, he went off, man. So overall, this was huge. The Eagles' offense was really, really, really good in this game, man. 459 total yards, all those touchdowns. I mean, the craziest stat that I found was they scored on, this is crazy, They scored on 8 of their first 11 possessions. That's amazing. Like, it's like, what, 70%? I don't do the math, but I'm just saying, like, that's incredible. They were scoring left and right. It was huge. Will Shipley, man, dude got off. I mean, not like a ton of stats, but I know he made some good plays there. It was big. Jane Daniels, good sir, you're amazing. As I said last week, I mean, it comes from a horrible, horrible freaking city, not too far from me. It's not the city, it's just the people and unfortunate things that go on there. But this young man, as humble as can be, came from that place and is just showing the world that, like, it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter how you start, it's how you finish. And he's just incredible. So you're right. There's so much promise in this Commanders team with him at the helm. I love it. He's getting it. He's gonna be all right, and it's all right. I know things were rough. They got turnovers. Things were bad, but it is what it is, man. This was a good football game. On paper, on the field, it wasn't the best, but you know what, man? They got down. You know what I mean? Like, they got to this point. They played this season. They played pretty damn good. What more do you want, right? Right, Darren? What more do you want? I mean, hey, I know you want the Lombardi, but my gosh, that's hard. I mean, that's it's hard, right, Darren? I mean, if this was the Chargers or the Raiders, you and I would be like, oh, I don't even want to do the damn show because it hurts to be that close. But what do? You can at least say, hey, we're not the Chargers or the Raiders. The Commanders are light years ahead of both of those teams. And the funny part is the Chargers are light years ahead of the Raiders. So so the Commanders are like light years ahead of the Raiders.
They're speeding up the rebuild process.
Yeah, for damn sure. So, look at this. We got some comments here. Dan in the chat. Yeah, that's right. He remembers Zach. See, he was dominant at Wisconsin. I love seeing him. It's kind of funny. I remember him in the Senior Bowl. We're going to talk about in a few minutes. Dude was a freaking monster. He's, as you can see, the growth and transition to the NFL on another team. He's a key defensive player. On the Eagles, he's just another piece. Isn't that crazy, man? That's the NFL. That's the NFL. That's why I try to tell everybody, man. Not everybody. Like, hey, no, I mean, like, when I was coaching football in high school, or just when we talk football in general, it's crazy, man. The field is this big in high school. Okay, it's huge. You got all these guys playing. Some guys just playing for the jersey. You know what I mean? Because I'm just playing because I want to play. Screw it, I'll play in high school. Whatever. And then all these dogs, all these lions. Guess what? You get to college, and I don't care if it's junior college. I don't care if you could play football at any level in college, you're a beast because you get all those lions, and now it gets this big. Because now you're on you're a lion on the field of lions. Everybody's good. So now you got to fight to be that lion on that field, and that doesn't matter. Junior college, whatever it is. Junior college might be like this. Once you get here, you get to, like, obviously Division III. That's kind of blurred, no, because this is the real Terran. Some junior colleges out there are so stacked they can stomp out some of these big. I really think. I mean, obviously, that's my two thoughts, but then you get to you're on this field because D1 is kind of really like this, and then you get to the NFL, man, and it goes from this to like this. If that was a little square, teeny little square. Okay, that's the percentage that makes it. That's how damn good they are. And Hall of Fame is like a freaking dot. Am I right there? I mean, how big the team drop from that big field. So I mean, it's true. It's crazy, man. The talent level is that's what everyone always says. You will need football for football, whatever you need. Right there, and I mean, this is how it goes, man. That's professional football. What's going on, everybody? Showing love. Appreciate you guys, man. The Eagles forever. Just top. And remember that time? Remember that time, man, with the Raiders? We're on the clock, and Jalen Carter was still on the board, and then we took Christian, and then everyone saw that the Eagles would pick Carter a couple picks. Remember that, Terrence? Remember that? Idiots.
Yeah.
Anyway, good morning to you, Jen B. Top of the morning to you. Oh, thank you, Jen. Appreciate you. Birthday show. That's Terrence. This was a crazy game. On go the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Raise hail. Maybe next year. The flu's getting kind of like yeah, we're flying. We're flying. We're flying. So there you go, Teran. There's the NFC Championship. And so I don't know. I mean, any last thoughts on this? I mean, I just want to say, just before we move on, I still wish this was the one. Do you agree with that? Do you still wish it was the Lions too?
What's up?
I said, do you still wish that this was the Lions
Yeah.
moving forward?
Mm-hmm.
It would have been better. I guess I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah. Again, it's just a matter of experience, and Commanders just didn't have that experience when it came to the NFC Championship.
Mhm.
But now that they have it, they just got to work their way back, and they just got to make sure their big free agents don't leave.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. So, alrighty, well, here we go, bro. AFC Championship. I'm so sick of this. I am so sick of this. And the funny part is everybody else out there who's not a Chiefs fan is very sick of this. Okay, and we're talking to all the newcomer Chiefs fans who are, fans in like the last couple of months. Just saying. But anyway, yeah, Teran, this is some good stuff here. Not. All right. Well, here it is. Guess what? They did it again. The Kansas City Chiefs will defeat the Buffalo Bills 32-29. Gosh damn it. I don't care. Again, y'all, birthday show. Yeah. So I can say what I want. I can give a crap less. Okay. Appreciate you. Thank you, Mr. Alden. Appreciate you, good sir. Look at this. My boy, Big Mike up in the house. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. And yes, can both teams lose? I don't hate the Eagles. I don't. I hate the Chiefs. I don't hate the Eagles, but it's like, we've already seen them there. But anyway, with that said, let's get it. Teran, your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, it was an instant classic, and it seems like whenever the Bills and Chiefs face one another, it always boils down to a field goal and whatnot, whether it's made or missed. But look, this was an amazing game. Unfortunately, I don't know. I feel that one first down that wasn't that one turnover on downs was a first down, but it shouldn't have gotten to that point. And I just think that the Chiefs read the 4th and inches or 4th and ones very perfectly. So the Bills let down America big time. But I just think that the Bills were just so predictable. I mean, you don't want to overthink things, but at the same time, you just don't want to make things super obvious. And the Bills defense just was not that great, because this was actually the first game where the Chiefs scored more than 30 points all season. They've only had 2 times where they scored 30 or more points. One against the Bucks, where they won in overtime, and then this game where they wound up winning in regulation to go to the Super Bowl. So I think the Bills defense still needs some work. I mean, losing one of their top quarterbacks early in the game just did not help matters. So I think for the Bills, it's still going to be a work in progress. You have to feel for the Bills. I mean, they still have a solid core. You have to feel for Josh Allen. You can feel bad for Josh Allen, but you obviously have to realize that you need to play perfect football in order to beat the Chiefs. And this seems to be Groundhog Day for the Bills, because this is like the 3rd straight year that the Bills have seen their season come to an end against the Chiefs. And it's actually the 4th time in 5 seasons that the Bills have seen their season come to an end against the Chiefs. So I think for the Bills, it sucks, because they had a good run game. Josh Allen did have a good game. Unfortunately, the defense just could not pull their own weight, and the offense just could not match the Chiefs' output in terms of their offense. So I think for the Bills, they still have some key pieces that they need to work on. But this was a Bills team that was projected to be rebuilding. Some even didn't even have them in the playoffs. but the fact that they made it was absolutely amazing, and they can still take away an amazing season. It's just that the defense still needs some work. I mean, they had games where they gave up, I think in all their losses, they gave up 30 or more points. I'd have to double check that. But I will say the Bills defense still needs some work. And yeah, the Chiefs, the Chiefs are back in the big game and whatnot. And yeah, and let me just backtrack what I said. Almost all the losses that the Bills had, they gave up 30 or more points. The only one loss was to the Texans where they gave up 23. But still, if you've seen some of the Bills games, they gave up quite a number of points. They gave up 42 to the Lions, 44 to the Rams, 27 to the Dolphins, 35 to the Ravens, and obviously 30, and then 32 to the Chiefs and whatnot, and then 25 to the Ravens, which is still pretty hefty. So I think for the Bills, you gotta prioritize the defense and revamp that and try to get the best guys possible. So that's what I have.
No, man, you hit it on the head. Took a lot. I like that, Teran. Took a lot of the points I was going to talk about. That's my boy. That's Teran. That's Teran for you. Bringing
Also,
it
this
out,
was
man.
an Xavier-worthy revenge game, and Bill should not have traded that pick to the Chiefs to allow the Chiefs to draft said Xavier-worthy in the draft.
Isn't that crazy how those little
Gosh
things
darn
come
it,
back to
Bills.
bite you? Damn it, Bills! But man, Alden came here talking about, yes, right, they did. I don't care. Bills let America down because everyone was cheering for those guys. Because my boy Adrian, man, soup, my dude right here, man. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for tuning in, man. I appreciate you for the birthday wishes. Dan says, surprising stat. The first time all year the Chiefs scored 30 points. That's pretty crazy. And it would be on a team whose defense is pretty damn good and who's a Super Bowl contender all year long. So that is a hard one. It's hard to keep winning. You're fighting to outscore the other offense instead of winning the line of scrimmage. That is so true. So oh boy, I need some coffee. All better. Anyway, turn. Oh man, I don't even want to talk about this. I'm sick of it. And golly, in a couple of weeks they freaking win. What is it, next weekend? I'm gonna be even more sick of it. But whatever. Here it is, Teran. Here it is, bro. Here it is. So yes, love all of your stuff. Let me go ahead and add to all your awesome stats and all the great things you brought forth to the show today for this game. Yeah, the Chiefs, man, just went ahead and did it. Okay, first quarter. This was huge for the Chiefs, all right? I mean, they get down the field, score. Kareem Hunt gets that sucker in there. Yes, the Bills respond with a field goal because, why get into the end zone, right? Gosh, damn it. They had every chance to do it, too. Unfortunately, though, whatever, early in the game, right? Second quarter, man, Mahomes fumbles on the 23-yard line. Dude is... You can't get a better scenario, man. I mean, the Bills, they get a touchdown. James Cook gets on in there, and then guess what? The Chiefs answer right back. As you just said, Mr. Worthy. Okay, Mahomes to Worthy. And it's just like no matter what, look at that, man. It's a turnover, and no matter what happens, it's like there's an answer from the Chiefs, and that's crazy, right? Then, yes, there was a little bit of a narrowing there. Okay, 34-yard TD, Allen to Hollins. Unfortunately, 2-point conversion, no good. Halftime, 21-16 Chiefs. Whatever, we got a whole half to play, right? Well, the Bills do it, man. They get into the end zone. Good job, James Cook. Unfortunately, though, another 2-point conversion is freaking failed. But at least they got the lead, right? 22-21. Well, no, it wouldn't last long because the Chiefs, well, they get on down the field. Mahomes gets in the end zone. And they show the Bills how to do a 2-point conversion because they get one. Okay. And now it's 29-22. And in the fourth quarter, well, there's only one last gasp here. The Bills, they did it. They got into the end zone. They tied the damn game at 29. Allen to Curtis Samuel. And then the Chiefs, what do you know? Good old Bucker. They pay him the bucks, and this is the reason why. 32-29, man. Damn it. 3 minutes, 33 seconds remaining in this game. The Bills, they get out in that field. That offense gets that ball back, but unfortunately, they couldn't seal it. They turned the ball over on downs. And there it is. Chiefs run out the clock and game over. Gosh damn it. I mean, just, whatever. It is what it is. They scored. I mean, they won the game. I know everyone's talking about the fry. Now I want to sit back too. I know. Look, Chiefs. Yeah, it's hard to justify. Exactly. It's hard to justify. It really is. That first down, that was clearly a first down. Okay. The catch that the ball clearly touched the turf. We know what happened. We know.
Still would have been a first down because of that penalty.
Still would have been a first down. But I hate the words rigged. I hate fixed. I hate all of that.
This isn't WWE.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Somehow, some way, right? The Chiefs, I don't know. I just, damn it. Here we go again. It's frustrating. It really is. But they did it. They got there. Cool. Whatever. They get there. They get it done. Let's check our boy, Adrian says here. At what point do the Bills start having a conversation about McDermott? We haven't even had those. Let me try that again. We haven't even had those conversations started yet, Teran. But I don't know. Maybe we should. Not saying he's a bad coach, but maybe a new voice is needed when your QB has to put on a cape for every victory. Yeah. But yeah, I'll tell you that's big. That's big. That's really big. I don't know, Teran. What do you think? That's a good point.
I mean, yeah, he's not a bad coach, but how many times has his team just not been able to overcome the Chiefs? And how many times has his team just had so much talent, so much hype, only to fall short when it truly matters? And it sucks. And I mean, maybe we'd be talking more about this if the Bills had lost to the Ravens, but I don't know. I mean, you still got to keep giving Sean McDermott his chances, but you also kind of have to, when you look at Sean McDermott, you also kind of have to look at the entire coaching staff altogether. I mean, Joe Brady is probably going to be integral for the team until he moves on or someone offers him a better deal as a head coach.
Yeah.
But you also got to realize that the Chiefs have Steve Spagnuolo, who he's not going to go anywhere. I think his contract and his agent says that he is going to be remaining a chief defensive coordinator for life. And I think that's going to be ideal just because he is a mastermind and he sends the all-out blitzes when it truly matters. He knows what's going to be coming and what's not going to be coming. So, but back to McDermott, I think if you're looking to look at Sean McDermott, you got to look at the entire staff. You got to look at defensive coordinator, special teams, offensive coordinator, which I think Joe Brady will be fine, and so on and so forth. But I think it would be a good reevaluation of the entire staff. Now, if the Bills don't make the expectations in the next few years, then maybe we got to really have a serious conversation about McDermott. But I think he should be safe for the time being. But I think you do got to look at the entire coaching staff, including McDermott.
That's huge. That's huge. Because, yeah, you're totally right. What do you do at this point? You know, I mean, hey, we all knew Ryan Day was going to be fired, right, Teran? We all knew it.
Yep.
Everyone knew that Ryan Day was on the hot seat. That seat was as hot as it possibly gets. His ass was burning. But guess what? Though he couldn't beat Michigan again, he won a national championship, Teran. So whether Ohio State fans like it or not, Jen, he's going to stick around, right, Teran? He's going to stick around. And you know what? Cool. But no Super Bowl for McDermott. So you're right. Winning the big games are just as important as winning the little ones. When you're a head coach, you can't do no wrong. And if you do, you're gone. I mean, that's why I'm really happy and optimistic with Pete Carroll, because obviously that was a little bit of a different story. But, Pete Carroll just couldn't deliver what he once did for the Seahawks. Things got old, whatever. And okay, change the scenery, and that's how it usually rolls. I don't think Pete Carroll is a bad coach. It's just they got old, the marriage got old, and well, some people split when things get old, and when it comes beyond repair or whatever it is. Bad analogy, but what I'm saying is that was it. So sometimes these coaches just aren't bad. It's just sometimes that change of scenery is needed, and it sucks for those who love the coach, and but yeah, good stuff there. Edwin also says here, I'm not in love with all the calls from the Zebras. Man, we all know, right? That seemed to be in favor of KC, but my pops taught me that if you allow them to make a call that determines the outcome of the game, you didn't do your job in the 4 quarters. How many times we talked about that, Teran?
Exactly. Games should never be in the hands of the officials and whatnot. It should never get to the point where that call is going to be groundbreaking for everybody and the entire game.
Exactly. There's no way. You don't put it in the hands of the refs, because this is going to happen. It may or may not, but it can. There's a big chance of it happening. So if you put the freaking game in the hands of the refs, they may or may not get you. And it may all depend. They're not even trying to get you. Some people would say they are, whatever. Depends. Okay, really. But it depends on the refs. But what I am saying,
take care of business when it truly matters, or before it truly matters, or before it gets to that point.
That's right. If you really wanted this, okay, you'd go out there and win the damn game. You would have won already by halftime. You know what I mean? Like, that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it.
Or use the tush push.
Whatever it may be, but you didn't get it. And unfortunately, the calls didn't go their way, but it's the truth. So good stuff here. And yeah, man, your pops said it as correct as it comes. Gen B, the bane of my existence, Ryan Day. Oh, I love it. I love it. Jen says, when it's the same old, in year in, year out, winning but not winning at all, change need to be made. I'm talking to you, Pittsburgh. Oh, Will I am? What? I'm sorry, Teran. We got Cecilia is, yeah. Everybody, my wife calls, like everybody else, I'm sure out there is calling, is calling Will I am. Yes, I know. It's kind of funny. I don't know. Mike Tomlin does look like him a little bit, so she calls him Will I am. So I'm just saying. But regardless, you guys, yeah, is what it is. This game's over. Whatever. Chiefs move on, and here it is. Yeah. Ooh.
Feels like 2 years ago.
Yeah. I'm not even excited. We're gonna do a really cool stream, which we're gonna talk about in a few seconds. We're gonna do all kinds of cool stuff, but lame. Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel. Whatever. Like, yeah, I'm not even pumped up, but I am excited for the Eagles. I don't know. I guess, oh, that's cold blooded. We love Ryan Day over in Ann Arbor. That's jacked up. Well, because to Michigan, they don't give a damn what Ohio State wins as long as they don't beat them. So, and vice versa. So, yeah. So with that said, here it is, Teran. Yay, woo, raw, whatever you want to say. Chiefs take on the Eagles, Super Bowl 59. Obviously, next week we're going to get really into this, but yeah, I've seen this show before. Exactly. So, Teran, you and I next week have some fun to do. I don't know if you'll be able to join me in the early morning on Sunday for Super Bowl Sunday, but we'll for sure do our show on here on Saturday, have fun here, and do our thing and enjoy ourselves. But, get a little bit of a build up for the Super Bowl, all that good stuff. Same time, same place next Saturday. But of course, next Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, it's going to be pretty fun. We got ourselves a pretty neat deal here that we're going to do. Thought up by our guy, man, Mr. Andre Fernandez, the host of the NorCal Sports Report, the opposite of Teran, the SoCal Sports Show. But we have here a little deal we're going to do next week. It looks a little something like this in the background. That's right. IE Sports Radio, USRN, Super Bowl event. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a good time putting out all these goods, man. We have a ton of freaking content. We have hour upon hour. So listen up, y'all, because this right here, I'm going to even put it up here so everybody can see the graphic, okay? Because I want everybody to check it out. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, yeah, there it is. So this is it. This is it. That is next week. Going to be fun. But yeah, you guys, we got ourselves a whole day of streaming. It's going to be a long one. So if you want to check out a full day of IE Sports Radio, no matter what time of day you are or what time zone you are, and no matter when you're free, you can jump on with us. We're going to have tons of awesome guests. We got a freaking plethora coming your way. Really excited for this. So let's go ahead and jump on into the time. So tomorrow, next week, of course, start things off 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern with me. Okay. I'll be getting the kickoff going on. We will be getting into everything. I'll be starting things off, have some fun, have some great guests next week. Then the next hour, that's 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. We got Christian Harvey. He's the host of Gritsville, USA here at iSports Radio, or Detroit, or really Michigan-based Michigan-based show. He will be doing his hour, and it'll be his Super Bowl type of deal. Guests, previews, all kinds of fun games, all that great stuff. 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to have Mr. Andre Dre Area Sports. He'll be up on here for that hour, doing his hour. Then we will have, after that, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, Big Mike of Indiana Sports Nation, or Indy Sports Nation, here on iSports Radio. We'll be doing his hour, so tune in for that. 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. We have Aaron Yowell, the host of Mile High Musings, here doing his hour. After that, we got Alden K, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, doing his hour. After that, Ricky K will jump on 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern with Mr. Ralph Calise. And then you can join me for a small little 30-second get you hyped up type deal at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern for just 30 minutes. And then we'll kick it on over to USRN on Mixler.com, where they will give their pregame show for an hour. Kick the game off. You got Matthew Owens live on the call on USRN. He will be delivering you the game. And then right after the game, guys, around 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern, we will be jumping on with a gigantic post-game show. Probably 10 of us in here. I don't know how many are going to join, but it'll be a lot of fun. So make sure you jump on in. It's going to be a really fun day full of streaming, guys. We are going to do it. We are going to have some fun, man. Big ups to our boy, Adrian again, man. Love what y'all doing over at iSports Radio. So happy seeing the great people shine and grow, man. We appreciate you, bro. Thank you for being a part of this. Nothing but love to the whole IE Sports family. Keep grinding. Well, man, we appreciate you, bro. We appreciate you. And thank you for being a part of it, man. Trying to get this man in the Hall of Fame, hopefully very soon.
Yes.
So he deserves it. This
My
man
fellow
has been,
Rams fan.
yes.
We will see the Rams rise once again.
True. And by way of Colorado. Pretty cool. Hey, let's go show you. Football's everywhere, right? So,
Yep.
So man, we got to get that man up in here. But with that said, that's going to be a full day. Teran, will you be joining in on any of those crazy hours?
I think I could maybe do next Sunday when we start the whole thing. That would be 9 a.m. Central Time, my time. So I think I can do that.
If you can swing it. Oh, he's in Texas now. Oh, he's just mobile. He's as global as his mobile.
So he's okay, cool.
Crazy
so he's not too far from me, possibly.
Yeah. Right now, Teran, as you guys know, visiting his brother over in Texas, living over there for just a little bit. So, yep, he's over there in Hook'em Horns territory. Really SMU TCU territory. But anyway, yes. With that said, so there you go, Teran. We got a whole deal, man. It's going to be a lot of fun next week. But let's go ahead and chop it back on over. Take ourselves a quick break, Teran. When we come back, man, we're going to jump on into the Shrine Bowl. the Senior Bowl, talk about some players to watch out for, talk about the performances from the Shrine Bowl for some of these players, and then talk about, we're not really going to talk about it. We're not. I'm not doing it. But I do want to say that the Pro Bowl sucks. And I'm going to say that again at the end of the show. So be ready for it. Because the Pro Bowl sucks. The Pro Bowl what, Teran? What is it?
It sucks.
It sucks. Worthless all-star game that we really just need to stop. But anyway, the Shrine Bowl and the Senior Bowl actually matter. So we're going to be talking about that coming up next. You were listening to 3 and Out right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that's supposed to be right back talking Shrine Bowl and Senior Bowl after this.
Sports fans, do you like teams that are tough, cities that are tougher, and fan bases that are passionate about their teams? How about teams that are historic and stadiums that are iconic? Then you belong in Chicago, and you need to check out Chi-Town Weekly. Join me, Adam Kernan, every week as we keep up with all things Chicago sports. Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, White Sox. We'll cover them all, plus more. The Windy City is always buzzing, and we'll keep you up on all the big games and major stories. So tune in to Chi-Town Weekly every week right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's happening, sports fans? Are you a fan of Southern California sports? Are you looking for a show hotter than a hot summer day in California? Then look no further than the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, where I talk about all things Southern California sports. That's right, all sports teams from Southern California. From the hard-hitting tackles of the NFL, to the killer crossovers and big three-pointers of the NBA and WNBA, to the grand slams of the MLB, to the bone-chilling goals of the NHL, and to the booming kicks of the MLS. The SoCal Supreme Sports Show has it all for you. Oh, and let us not forget about the college sports as well. So join me, Teran Rodriguez, every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Do you hear this man right here talking about all them SoCal sports? He's got so many takes. He's like a bad movie. Doesn't sound like a compliment, but it is. Anyway, what's going on, y'all?
I need something solid.
Here we go. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready for this? So, Teran, let's get it, brother. Let's go ahead and finish it off, man. And roll on into this would probably be a shorter segment, not the longest deal. But we are going to go ahead and jump on into the Senior Bowl and the Shrine Bowl. So here we go, Teran. Hey, we got some good material on it. Good game, the Shrine Bowl. Really enjoyed it. But there were some great standouts. I really did enjoy the game a couple days ago on Thursday, and I'm glad. I'm glad I got home in time to see the damn thing. But really, really, really good game. And then, of course, Senior Bowl practice has been great all week long. So they kind of run simultaneously. So really quick there, let me go ahead and just throw out a couple things here. I even got a little bit of a mock draft for you that I started putting together already. But I just got to say, man, the East-West Shrine Bowl game, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, man, running back out of Arizona. Dude got off. He, of course, was the offensive MVP, and he was awesome. 97 yards on the ground, man. Dude nearly hit the sanctuary mark on only 11 carries. He got off. I thought that was really cool. They made dang sure to keep on feeding him. You know, he's really good. He could be a really good dynamic back in the NFL somewhere. I don't know what round he'll really go in, but I do know that he played really well this year. And hey, man, go Cats. You know, bear down. These guys really played well this year. They were kind of overlooked a little bit, I feel, but he really made a big presence for Arizona in this game. And I think he's going to do some great things coming up in his career in the NFL. He might be one of those sleeper picks that just boom breaks onto the scene, busts onto the scene. So another guy I thought was great, Kyle McCord, man, quarterback out of Syracuse. This dude was great. He I guess this is pretty cool, man. I looked up that like during all the practices, like he was really, well respected by a lot of the guys. And he was really, really solid. He played well. The guy that people are really respecting coming out of this draft or coming into the draft. This is crazy. Kobe Bryant, yes, corner out of Kansas. I don't know if he, let's see here. I didn't get too much on him, but I do know that I saw him playing, man. Dude was a beast, some good breakups. The guy was very, very, very skilled. It looked like great drops. I mean, the guy, very, very skilled DB there. So happy to see him out there doing his thing. Taj Brooks, I remember writing him down out of Texas Tech because the guy is he's a stud, man. Broke off a couple there, looked very, very dynamic. Will Shepard, another guy out of Colorado. I'm going to kind of speed this up. I liked a lot, and that's really all I wrote down from this game. But there's some dudes that I really, really liked that were pretty solid. Also, Brady Cook played pretty good. He played well. After Chisholm, the third out of Eastern Washington, FCS school, which is really cool. And Jordan Phillips, man, played well out of Maryland. So, a couple guys there that were standouts that, like I said, didn't get too much on it. I tried to watch as much of the game. I got home like right before the game started, tried to get dinner and all that. So I got some standouts. But what did you think, Teran? What do you think about some players that stood out to you, or some stats you might got for us, or some players who you think could actually make a splash into the NFL scene?
Yeah, so this was actually the 100th edition of the Shrine Bowl, the East-West Shrine Bowl, which I thought was pretty amazing. And for the East, I will just say their shutout was actually the first since 1969. So it's been a hot minute since we've had a shutout. So, and I will say the defense was anchored by O'Donnell, which O'Donnell Fortune. So I thought he had that pick six, and he just played outstanding, and the defense was just humming altogether. So I'm just going to say the defense was the big thing. I don't know how the West just could not get anything going, and it sucks because it's been a minute since we've seen a shutout in the East-West Shrine Bowl, but you got to give credit to the East. The East just had it going on, and sometimes that's just all you need in order to – sometimes 25 points is all you need in order to win when your defense has just been swarming all over the ball.
25 for 25. 25 for 2025. I mean, what do you know, right? But yeah, it was a game, I mean, overall, these are the hard ones, right, Teran? These are hard. 25-0, shutout. It's kind of hard because you want to get into the score and get on to that. But obviously, you and I have said in the past too, Teran, the score is out there. It's fun. But really what matters is the performances. That's the big deal, obviously. A 0 by, letting up 25 and then your offense not scoring anything. Well, that says something, obviously, about teams and units together. But it is what it is. You know what? This is I liked the game a lot because of the players that were in it, and the performances that we saw. And really, it was a pretty solid game. So, like I said, but yeah, O'Donnell Fortune, this guy, man, very true. I had him in there. I don't know why. I scrambled through so many notes, but yeah, he was a defensive MVP actually, so pretty solid. Also, Johnny Walker, man, out of Mizzou, I wrote him down as well. He had a couple of sacks. Noah Williams, he played really, really well at corner. I know that. Oh my gosh, Shiloh Sanders played in this game too, and had a pretty good game himself. So overall, man, I really think that this was just a good deal, man. It's a good game for a lot of these guys, went out there and played really, really well. And let's just see where they end up in the draft, But overall, solid game from both teams, even though it was a shutout. Let's see if that helps these guys with their draft stock heading into the combine for those who are going. So with that said, Teran, we just get into the Senior Bowl real quick,
Well,
man.
I should also mention
Go
that
ahead.
Cam Miller of the North Dakota State also got to take snaps for the East, which I thought was pretty darn cool, if you ask me. So just goes to show that FCS players can definitely shine just like FBS players.
Very true. I love that, and I love the fact that we have this because once again, those players who are on the lower level teams, that's what I'm talking about. Even though North Dakota State, I'm telling you, these that freaking team needs to get on in there, man, and get into the FCS. But big time stuff right there from those players in the Shrine Bowl. Moving on to the Senior Bowl, man. Here we go. This was this has been great, man. We've had some really, really, really good days of practice. I love the Senior Bowl, man. This is such a fun game because practices are great too. As we've been watching, it's coming up in just over 3 hours, 11:30 Pacific, 2:30 Eastern. So be ready to watch it, guys. It's gonna be a lot of fun to watch this game today and check out all these players. But we have here some players that I have looked at from practice this week, man. Mason Taylor, dude, is a monster from LSU. Love it. He's actually, from what I understand, I was reading about him, they're comparing him to like a young Zach Ertz. That's pretty big. All right. That's pretty dynamic. Can he be that guy, for a team? We'll see. But right now, let's see him in this game first. Mike Green out of Marshall. Poor Marshall. They lost their whole freaking team to the transfer portal. But I will say he is a solid athlete, very, very good pass rusher. Somebody who I've seen one-on-ones this week looks really, really, really good. Jack Beck out of wide receiver at TCU. This dude, another standout, some big-time catches, looked really, really solid. And also out of North Dakota State, Gray Zabel. This guy, big boy offensive lineman, looking really strong as well. And a guy that I just had to put a note out there for his one-on-one performances, man, Tim Smith out of Alabama. Yeah, powerhouse, man. The dude is freaking a beast. I wonder what his bench squad is. I mean, homeboy is getting it. Incredible job by him this past week. I loved it. I thought there were some good performances out there. Jackson Dart also from Ole Miss, looking pretty good, showing off some arm strength in there. Elijah Arroyo, tight end out of Miami, though the U is definitely not back, Teran. He is, he looks pretty good. So, all the best to that young man. He looked pretty solid out there. He should be a key player. Walter Nolan, this guy, man, out of Mississippi. Ole Miss D lineman, man, another strong dude. So, just some notable cast to check out. And let's see here. And I've also had a couple of things to take a look at. If you want to, my biggest notable players to watch them would be for the national team, Jackson Dart. Let's see what he can do versus all these all-stars. He was okay. He played pretty good at Ole Miss. Weren't a playoff team. Didn't do nothing too special this year. But he has a lot of hype surrounding him. So let's see what he's got, okay? Overall, I think Elijah Arroyo should be a standout player because he's got some great hands, as I also said right now. Walter Nolan, a dude that I think you should be watching over on the national team. And on the American team, Riley Leonard, man, yes, this guy. I want to see what he's got. I want to see how good he really is. He showed it all. He showed it in the national championship. Well, he showed it all the way up to the national championship. Unfortunately, though, wasn't the best in that game. But hey, it's okay. He gets redos. He can play in this game. He's going to look good. Give him, a solid team to play on, and I think he'll be pretty good. So it's not seeing how good he really is. Excuse me for that one. I'll take that back. But I will say he is a very good player, and I like what he's got. So let's see what he's got. Jalen Milroe, sorry. Also out of Alabama on the American team. He's going to be out there showcasing his arm. Okay, let's see how he is. And also Donovan Edwards, running back out of Michigan, a guy that a lot of people were very impressed by this season. Let's see what he will bring to the table as well. So anyway, Teran, there's a little bit of some of the players that I've kind of picked out that I'm looking at. What about you?
Yeah, when you mentioned Jackson Dart, I actually did get word that Jackson Dart might be the quarterback two of the draft in terms of this year's draft. So in other words, he might be drafted in the first round, which I think might be rather cool. But I want to see how Riley Leonard does after the national championship, if he's dinged up or not. I'm sure he's still probably going to be feeling it from that championship match, but I think he's still going to be ready to go. I want to see Jalen Milroe as well. I mean, I'm not overly as keen as I am with him as opposed to Dart and Leonard, but I think he should still be something to watch for. And then for the national roster, Tyler Shuck is going to be rather fascinating. He bounced around from like Oregon to Auburn, now Louisville. Dylan Gabriel, he's going to be something to watch for. He hasn't played a whole lot ever since Oregon lost to Ohio State. Jaquavius Marks, aka Woody Marks, he was definitely one of the better running backs, and he is actually one of two running backs to have 100 rushing yards against Penn State's very stout run defense. The other being Ashton Genty of Boise State. But Woody Marks is going to be someone to watch for when it comes to the national teams. Then you've got Moliki Matavau from UCLA. He was a good big tight end, big target for Ethan Garbers of UCLA. I also want to see what Jeffrey Bassa can do from Oregon. Also, Sebastian Castro and Oluwafemi Oladejo. God, that was such a tough name to say. And I think that is pretty much it for now.
Well, you mentioned some great names there, man. And I'm happy because we got some great stuff here in our chat room as well to add, Teran. And look at this one. This was pretty cool. I want to comment on this. Dan says here that thoughts on Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders talking trash to each other. They were trash talking each other, man. And some on the closed inside drills. Yeah, man. You know what? Why not? Let's have some John in this. Why not? Be competitive. It shows a lot. Don't lose your composure, but it does show a lot. Why not? Sometimes things get chippy. You want to compete. I want a competitor. I don't want a competitor that's going to shoot off the mouth all the time, but I do want somebody that's going to compete. And, this was, some people may say, this was kind of a little much, but I'll tell you right now, these guys went at it, man. And it just goes to show you how hungry they are to make it, man. They're pushing each other. They make each other better. So Jackson Dart is going to be that sneaky quarterback that transitions real nice to the pro level. I think so, man. I think he's going to be, that's why I'm saying I want to watch him. Teran, you said it. I said it. Dan's talking about it. I think he's got a lot of pieces. Though his team didn't do so well, dude is still amazing. And I think he's got a very high ceiling, man. Let's see here. Adrian says here, Jackson Dart of the Rams can get him like in the third or later. I like him to develop behind Stafford. He has all the physical tools, but struggles getting through his progressions, and that scares me. Yes, I could see that. He says, have a feeling he's going higher than he should due to the draft deficit of quarterbacks in this draft. I want to pause right there, Teran. What do you think about that comment? That was pretty good, actually. I think that's fair to say. No?
Jackson Dart to the Rams?
Well, he'll probably go higher than what he might have even gone, but what would you think of him on the Rams?
I think that would be quite the big good fit for him. I think he can develop well under Sean McVay, and I think he can thrive with players like Puka Nacua and so on and so forth.
Yeah, this would be huge. This would be huge. So good stuff there. Dan
if
says
anyone
here,
can get mileage out of Jackson Dart in the pros, it's Sean McVay.
Oh yeah, that would be huge, right? Dan says here, Leonard is going to be good in my opinion, but he can be Josh Allen or Daniel Jones. Oh no, what do you think about that?
I don't know about Daniel Jones, but maybe Josh Allen. I mean, Leonard is definitely a gifted quarterback. He's definitely athletic and whatnot. You just got to be aware of how many times you run with the ball and whatnot, and you don't want to like have too many like injuries and whatnot. Just like Michael Vick and RG3. So that's something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
But he could definitely be something special.
I could see that for sure, man. That is big. That can you imagine that? Imagine him. I mean, I definitely think he's on that Josh Allen level. He can get there. Also, Dan says I'm not big on Jalen Monroe. You heard I heard that a lot this week.
Yep.
And I see him with a Hurts ceiling, but more of a backup. Does that make I can see that? Okay, good analysis. Hands are way too small. You've been hearing that obviously all week long to transition well at quarterback. Very fair. Another fair statement. Because you've been hearing it too. I heard it in practice. Well, some concerns. Those hands are too small. You've read about the guy. I mean, this is you've heard it, right? So fair assumptions there. But yeah, Teran. So overall, man, I mean, we're gonna have ourselves a good game today. I'm really, really, really ready for this one. Be checking it out. Overall, I mean, the players that we said to watch out for, I really do think some of these guys are gonna, they're gonna be first rounders, obviously, some of them, and wherever they go, man, it really depends. It's hard because we know that some people end up on certain teams that just kind of jack up their career, but others, man, if it's a perfect fit, oh my gosh, they shine.
Yeah, I think this is going to be really fun. I think this is going to be a great game, and we're going to see what some of these players have to offer for the draft.
No, it's true, man. So really quick, I got a little bit of a mock draft that I've already kind of started on. We got our mock drafts we submit every April, of course. Big old big time blogger, Mr. Mike Papp, the head of the IE Sports Radio blog. He, of course, and myself, Teran, all of us get together and always do our draft shows before, after, all that good stuff coming up in April. And next stop is the Combine, so we're going to watch these guys in March, into February, March. And we're here. We're almost there, man. So we got some good stuff to take a look at. But I will say this. I got together a little bit of a mock draft here, and I don't know if you've started kind of doing yours or kind of picking at it a little bit, but overall, I don't know. This is kind of hard for me. Tennessee, and obviously this is if nobody trades anywhere. Tennessee is this is a hard place. This is a hard place. Tennessee has some issues, right? I mean, wouldn't you think? Tennessee's got some issues. So they got all kinds of crap there going on. I don't know, really. They can pick anybody and be good. I just have this feeling they might just go edge rusher. Abdul Carter, beast. We know what he's capable of doing. Like I said, Tennessee is going to need like 5 picks to be good this year. But why not? I mean, they can go edge rusher. They can go Travis Hunter. They can go Cam Ward. They can go pretty much anybody. Okay, they'll pick Shedeur Sanders. I mean, they'll pick whoever. But I'm just going to say Carter because it just seems like a Titans thing to do. Or Travis Hunter. Next up, the Browns. I got these guys going with Travis Hunter because they need some kind of player on this team that's going to be solid and make some splashes. The guy's a Heisman, first half, if you would say, defensive Heisman since Charles Woodson in 97. So yeah, the guy is a monster. You have here Cam Ward, who I think could possibly go to the Giants, either him or possibly also, I don't know if they'll pick him this high, but Shedeur Sanders I think could also go to the Giants. Him or Cam Ward, I got him going there. I'm just going to do my top 10, guys. I'm not doing the whole thing. We have the Patriots, who I think for some reason, now that we got Vrabel there, I think he's going to want to, I know they got their quarterback, or at least I think they do in Mayo. Let's see what he can do. But Mason Graham is a great athlete. I also feel they can even go get some more weapons with Tyler Warren, which I also have him up next going to the Jaguars, but who knows? Both of those guys can go anywhere. Also, Ashton's Genty, I think he could end up going to the Patriots as well, depending on the way they want to go. But that's why I have Warren actually going to the Patriots. I think they want those that dynamic back of some playmakers. Mason Graham possibly to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They couldn't stop anything last year. Their deep run defense needs to improve. The Raiders, I don't know, man. They could get Shedeur Sanders if he falls that low. They can get Genty if he falls that low. They can get another player I was looking at.
because why not? Will Campbell, actually, out of LSU, I thought he'd be a good pickup for the Raiders, but the Raiders can go in a lot of directions too. The Jets, I think they're a big, big, big team that could maybe change directions soon. Maybe Shedeur Sanders to the Jets, depending on if he falls that later. If they don't, if Ashton Jeanty is there, they might pick him up. Next up, I have to the Carolina Panthers. I also have them maybe picking up Will Campbell because why not? You got Bryce Young. He started getting better towards the end of the year. Protect him. They may or may not go with him. I also thought that I never pronounce his first name right. So McMillan. Okay, I think it's Tedoria, right? McMillan out of Arizona, the wide receiver. Get some weapons there. Maybe not. The Saints, I think that'd be a great place for McMillan to end up, or even because help that defensive line out a little bit. Jalen Walker can come in out, and of course the Bears, they can go any direction too. But I'm thinking, why not just go offensive line? Because they need to protect their quarterback, and let's see how well they can do with Caleb Williams. You can get Armand Membu, you can get Will Campbell if he falls that far, you can get Tyler Booker. There's all kinds of players you can go there, man. But anyway, a little bit of a thoughts on my mock draft right there of who I've already got. What do you think about all that?
I think it's a solid draft. I think, in my opinion, I think the Raiders could probably get a quarterback in the first round. It's either that or they're just going to have to trade for a quarterback, which I don't know if is ideal, but I think you just got to get your quarterback of the future, build him, and then see where you go from there.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, what do you really do? You know, you can go so many different ways. And well, my little graphic there, mock draft. But anyway, so that's really it. I mean, I have all kinds of different deals there. I mean, we can keep on going, but obviously, well, we'll be getting to that in the coming months. Overall, really quick, we have some great comments here. Jen B says, as soon as I heard about his hand size, I said he's going to Pittsburgh. Sorry, Ralph, dang. And that, of course, is Jalen Milroe. Let's see here. Adrian says Tennessee needs every skill position. Yeah, they just need a team. It's like, can they just draft like Notre Dame or something? Just restart. Just restart button. I mean, that's it. They they need a football team there. Adrian says Browns appear to be moving in the direction of quarterback. I could see that as well. Look at this. Jim says Travis Hunter would not surprise me. If Titans don't take Carter, though, I think they'll go with Carter. Yeah, I have a feeling the Titans are just going to go with Carter. He's an edge rusher. Who knows what they're going to do, man? Like I said, the Titans could need everything. Dan says here, if Higgins goes to New England, I would love adding Warren to have him pair with Henry. That would be huge. If they don't get Higgins, I'd say Travis Hunter if possible, or the guy out of Arizona. We just talked about him right now too. And then, of course, the Raiders and Tom are going with the vet quarterback. Yeah, second or third. Russ to Las Vegas. Well, who knows if they get – I mean, right now, the Raiders can't get much worse. I mean, whatever we have, whatever can happen, so whatever. But anyway, Teran, any thoughts on a little bit of a mock draft there?
I mean, you also mentioned Ashton Jeanty possibly going into the first round or in the first round or the top 10. I can definitely see that happening. I mean, he does have a lot of value, and I kind of wonder what would be of Travis Etienne of the Jaguars or Tank Bigsby of the Jaguars, because they've got their two running back duo right there as well. And I think the Raiders are set on running backs as well. So it would all depend on – I'd have to take a deeper dive of what each team needs.
Yeah. And we'll be doing that in the coming months, man. So last but not least, the Pro Bowl sucks.
Yep.
That's it. Teran, the Pro Bowl sucks. The Pro Bowl games are stupid. I don't know why we're doing this. They're playing dodgeball, guys. They're playing dodgeball. Duck, dip, dive, duck, and dodge, or whatever it is. I love the movie. One of my all-time favorite movies. But this is stupid. Teran, should we just do away with the Pro Bowl?
Yes.
Just go away. It's over. No one wants to play in it. Okay? Oh, I don't want to play in finish games. Oh, I don't want to give my fans anything. Screw them. It's all about me. You know, Teran, the same guys who ditched their freaking teams in bowl season because it's a meaningless bowl, even though they committed to that team. They get breakdowns every day with those teams in the weight room, day after practice. I know, I lived it, okay? You live with those teams. You die with those teams. So that's really nice of you to get abandon them, and you know, that's great. You should probably finish out with it. Nope, but they don't want to. Same thing with the Pro Bowl. Oh, screw my fans. That's all about me. I want to play. No. Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, they wanted to play. Okay? I know I went basketball, but I don't care. Okay? You got Ray Lewis, Sean Taylor. They wanted to play. Jerry Rice. They played. They played in these games. Okay? They played because they wanted to play. They loved the game. Pro Bowl now is a joke. Fortunately, I don't ever see it going back to what it used to be. Adrian says it. Pro Bowl exists only for players to tamper on behalf of their teams without officially being called tampers. Yeah, that's right. That's the truth. It is. It's just the way to get. It's just more money for the day. But anyway, Teran, any last thoughts before we're out of here, man?
No, not really. Except it's almost the end of at the NFL. It's gonna feel really weird.
Well, we'll be back soon. We'll be back soon.
Until Championship Sunday. The true Championship Sunday.
And especially, I'm excited for that. I'm excited. I really am. We got some good stuff coming on up, man. And I'm going to go ahead and run this one back real quick. I do want to mention a couple more things before we're out of here, man. We got to roll it one more time. But, Teran, also, the UFL's coming up, man.
Oh, yeah.
The UFL is going to be some fun this year, obviously. After the Super Bowl, man. UFL, of course, coming our way. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, what I wrote down here, kickoff is March 28th. So we're getting it. May or may not come back for this show, depending. That'll be fun. Got a little UFL action, talking some of this, some of that. But, we'll get into that. Obviously, we got so much coming up on 3 now. So just because Super Bowl's ending, or coming up, and all these things are kind of just trickling down, no worries. We'll be here. We'll be delivering you the latest and all that, and plenty more to come. So, yeah, there you go, Teran. All that good stuff is there. Again, any last comments, thoughts, anything you want to say before we're out here today?
I think that is it. And happy Senior Bowl watching.
Happy Senior Bowl watching, y'all. Make sure to enjoy yourself. Please do. Big ups to our awesome sponsors, Planet Jerky, Premium Biscuits, Beef Jerky. Big Jerky, that's on a whole other planet. Vital Apparel, man. Make sure to head on over to btapparel.com. Use promo code IESR to get 50% off of this awesome gym wear. While you're at it, head on over to getrawnutrition.com. Get your protein, all your supplements, whatever you use, man. IESR for 10% off on their awesome products there at Raw Nutrition. Also, check out Steal the Deal Wax Steals, iSportsRadio.com/Steal the Deal Wax Steals. My beautiful wife, her awesome creation for wax steals. There you have it. Check her out. Also, we have here iSportsRadio.com. Check us out. Show us some love. We appreciate you, man. Check out my boy, man, Teran Rodriguez at Teran Rodriguez1, set_IE, and of course, SoCal Show IESR. Follow me over there. THE_B53 and 3 now all spelled out IESR. There you go, guys. Happy birthday to me. Yeah. I'm going to go enjoy my birthday. Thank you for kicking it off with me, you guys. We will see y'all next week for Super Bowl weekend. Till then, take care. And as always, God bless.
Peace.
Peace.